Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to the Neko Morning Show. We're here with Jana the NFT, and we are streaming on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick, on TikTok, and we'll be reposted Spotify and all those things. So we are super excited to have Jana back. It's been about six months almost. It was July or August once we had her last. As expected, she's grown a bunch in the Web3 industry. Just like everybody else, she stuck around like a great person, all that stuff. As we're coming into the new year, we're looking at some new things. Jana is not necessarily near native. We've just, talked about it a few times and all that stuff. But sometimes it's nice to get some perspective from somebody that's not just near ecosystem. So, Jana, how are you doing this morning? Besides being very tired, Jana's on our same time frame, so it's 2:05 actually. Eastern Standard Time. So it's 3:05 in the morning for you right now, right?
Yeah, not exactly. I am 2 hours after Easter time. So right now it's 5 a.m. So it's not that terrible.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I am amazing. It's still recovering from New Year's, to be honest, like all the crazy stuff. But I am really excited to start today, like this fresh new day and year. Really excited and happy to be here today as well. I mean, really seems in my mind that I were here like a lot of years ago, but was just like 6 months. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So one thing we're gonna do, obviously we'll give Jana a gift later for being on the show. We're not gonna do that on the show because you guys have seen us do that kind of thing before, and that takes up valuable time. We're going to try to keep the show to about an hour today. My awesome co-host Sooth is not here. He's actually on vacation with his family for the new year. So he is enjoying some family time, and I'm covering for him because he always covers for me. So what's up, David? What's up, Luke? Good to have you guys here. Jana, let's talk about what are, in general, doesn't have to be a crypto, doesn't have to be an NFT. In general, what are you bullish on for 2024? What is something that kept you going throughout 2023? And what is something that you want to kind of hyper-fixate on this next year in the Web3 space?
Oh, that's a general one, but I mean, to be honest, let's start from zero. Talking about this last year, for me, was really amazing. The bear market, the conditions were terrible, and I know this. I really saw a lot of people. I talk with a lot of people. I understand that. But for me, creating and doing my stuff as content creator and then community builder, I was really amazing because I learned so much. I could do so much, and was really a unique experience. So all of that was like kept me moving. And now that we're gonna go to this new year, and whether I am bullish or not, it's like what I can see is definitely that the space, as we predict, is really evolving in several things. People that are joining and people that are here, we are more mature. We have another experience. Like the beginning of last year, we were still going into the doxed kind of projects and team. So a lot of stuff happened, and I think that right now having this level of professionalism into several projects makes me very happy because we need that. And in general, I mean, I just know that Web3 is the future, and all the technology that we have here is what will solve several problems. So this basically just keep me moving like forever,
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff. What do you think about an extended meme coin season? I know for sure we've seen one on Near. I know we've been kind of seeing a crazy one on Solana. I remember seeing a post that was like, hey, in one day there was 5,000 new tokens launched. And so, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's given a lot more activity to DeFi across crypto in general. And I mean, hey, yesterday we had Bitcoin hit 45K as kind of a New Year's as a New Year's present. That was awesome, and we're running. One, do you think we were instantly going to pull back, and if that was just kind of a New Year's hype thing? And two, just in general, what are your thoughts on extended meme coin seasons, meme coins in general? Are they using all that stuff?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I think the first time that we had the meme coin season last year, I remember that I was trying to decide what was my opinion about. To be honest, I love the meme coins, especially the crazy community vibe that we get, because I can see that definitely. I mean, the moment the meme coins and the community get together is definitely the crazy stuff that I love about the communities and all of that. But talking about, how much this contributes for the ecosystem and whatever, sometimes get me, a little bit afraid, but it's still, I think, is a good stuff, because we like volume, we like this sensation of FOMO that people feels when we are in the seasons. I need to get into the next one. To be honest, even in the first one or this one, especially in the first one, I don't join. I love to be looking around the communities. Even now, I am ambassador of one that was a meme coin and then become something completely different, a very strong project and the community.
Absolutely.
So I think it's really a crazy beginning for some communities and projects, but then can become something else depending on the team behind. So, I mean, I like it. It's still, I don't invest or put too much of my time into researching or whatever, because I know how this can be fast. And because of that, I don't think it's too good for me to invest into that as brand or whatever. So I think it's part of the process. People like to feel this crazy adrenaline inside of them, but it's just, remember, this will pass soon. And then after that, we're going to be maybe having a chill time and then coming back again, because this is normal. So it's just, we need just to remember about that and remember people that are joining or feeling super hype right now,
Yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean about meme coins and going to kind of serious projects. I mean, our whole thing is technically we are a meme coin, and the narrative was, hey, first meme coin on here, but we try to make it become more of a social token, and it's kind of like this is how active people are on here. It's kind of like a proof, not a proof of attendance. It's not really like a POAP. It's more like hey, they're at this time building. That's why they have this in their wallet. So I totally get that. You have any alpha for us about anything you are launching this year, or any big plans you have? I know you've taken a lot of really cool positions with Web3 companies, and like you said, community manager, all these things, advisors, all this stuff. Is anything new on the radar for you in 2024?
What can I say? I mean, probably anything that I would say like right now, but definitely the things are going very fast on my end, and anything that I am affiliating with is being amazing, and I am looking and I open all the time to that. I'm definitely talking with a lot of projects, a lot of companies, and really excited, because I just want to make sure to bring things that are valuable, not just for me and then to my community. So what I can say is that I'm definitely talking with a lot of stuff, and what people can expect is the same that happened during this last year, like a lot of different collaborations, different jobs, different things that I put my name into it, and then people could get to know this stuff and then decide for themselves if it was good or not. So I think that this is what I can briefly say about this year.
Yeah, absolutely. As a community manager, what would you say is one of the important things for keeping a sticky audience, right? So if you're in charge of making like a community flourish, making it thrive, what's one of the biggest things to get people to stay? Because as we see these rush of activities through meme coins and stuff. It's always a endeavor of the projects or the ecosystems to try to hold those users and not just lose them
Yeah.
as the hype goes away. What is one thing that we can do here over in year two, nourish and sustain and kind of capture that community and not just send them out? So
Yeah, I think, I mean, just this topic is a big one because we can be talking about different stuff about this. But also, as you ask about me, and this is something that also happened during this last year, is that my brand, you know, Jana, and everything that I'm doing really changed a lot during the year. And now I am more than ever very focused into the content creation, and then having me joining these different projects, not much as a community manager, but as someone that is part of that. And then we together going to find the best way to make everyone excited and everyone stick around as well, and also how we can grow this into different ways. Because of course I am into several projects, several things, and then the moment I start to post or start to join something, more people can know about, so that's definitely great. But anyways, I mean, this question and this thing, I really talk a lot with different community managers on some space, and even with my own community, and then in the projects that I have worked with, is we need to make sure that first we understand a little bit of how people works. You know, sometimes the way we kind of react is like we are not ready for the movements or the things that are happening. You know, the moment any project is going through a hype moment, after the hype, we need to get ready and be ready that is going to have that fun moment. So what we could do to just make sure they understand that we are something serious, even though that we had a hype, for me is really creating and making sure to put out content that will show how strong and professional the project is. So definitely like saying some names of the team behind, or some collaboration that is coming. This is definitely great. Will show how strong the project is. And again, it's something that some projects, they don't even prepare a lot of this stuff, but definitely helps. And the moment, and talking about the community, especially when we come into a moment where the project's like just building, you know, and need time, you definitely need the best kind of team to be around the community, so then they can understand what the community needs, you know, because the community wants stuff at least 3 times a week. You know, they want things to be happening, they want space, they want games, and they want to even see that the Discord is active. Doesn't matter what the fuck is happening there, but they just need to have stuff happening. So it's really this mix of understanding how human reacts, and then how projects and communities reacts, and then we just need to be there giving all of that all the time. And just like quickly even showing or mentioning this into my own brand and my things that I do on Twitter, you have to be there every day, because even one day Twitter algorithm is going to hate you if you disappear for one day. Same goes for like if I disappear for one day, when I am back, I mean, nothing really changed, but still some stuff will change. So it's really about what I can be showing and giving out every day. And maybe because this kind of became my way, every week I'm doing something different, or I'm doing something new, or I'm just showing up and doing something, you know. So this definitely makes them feel that this is real and this is something legit, and they are part of this with me. Even though I also think that some projects, they are kind of afraid to not have a very strong position or a strategy on which activity could really bring a lot of value to the community. Sometimes the community just want to be together in a space where they can chill and talk about whatever, maybe have a host that's kind of funny and just be talking about whatever. So I really think it's like this mix of all of the things, and really is a lot of work and a lot of things, and have the best kind of people that understand this stuff, you know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Great call. As far as personal investments, obviously you're going to be investing like your time really, really hard. and your consistency. That's kind of what you're speaking to, is just being really consistent through this last year and through this coming year. Do you see yourself taking more safe investments this year, or do you see yourself more so going for the more like micro caps, small caps, trying to hit, north of 10x's, trying to hit 100x's? Are you going to do kind of a blend? What's your wealth growth strategy for 2024? Do you have one yet?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I mean, again, my journey into Web3, everything was very fast. So when I joined in 2022, the beginning, everything was just ending the bull market. I was not investing at all. I came to the Web3 to work, and then I started working. I started to understanding everything and learning. So all 2002 was about this, and then 2003, I was like getting more into my stuff and my time, and all the time, what I have to invest in anything is my time. Not much my money, and this is because of different stuff. But what I can say that in this year, what I am really like, I feel completely ready, is that I won't be just putting my time, but really my money into different things. And what I can say, I mean, what maybe is just like that. Any money that I maybe would have put into a coin or a token that have just started, I still have a very low volume, but maybe I would take that same money and just using any kind of casino that we have now, like different projects with these different platforms, that we can be just gambling, and having the time to maybe really win something like twice, 10 times the stuff you put. And maybe that's definitely would be my strategy. Probably not putting into things that are very, very early, because I really don't see me much into this position. Sometimes, of course, any moment that I have a early thing, a early alpha, of course I will consider. But and also, of course, I would be putting something that I'm pretty sure I really don't care to lose. And in the rest is like really putting my money into things that I believe. Same stuff for the last year. I was just investing into things that I don't need to be there checking every day, because I am sure about everything around that. And just to mention quickly, I would say, like, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I always forget. Yeah, that stuff. And a bunch of others, that I just invest because I have already done all the crazy. But of course, I don't have the time to be checking all the time. But I am just sure about the long term of those. So yeah, maybe this year is definitely will be a year that I will be putting much more money, into different stuff. But very safe,
Yeah, absolutely. This is gonna be. I'll talk for a little bit, because I've been making you work pretty hard here. It's gonna be one of those years that we all are gonna look pretty smart just by throwing money at anything. Like, so, for example, when I first got into crypto, it was the end of 2020. We're heading into 2021. I was working at the gym at my university, and just doing like normal tasks and making like pretty bad pay, but I was putting like everything I could from that into Ethereum. So that was my like entry into Web3. So I was buying ETH at 1,000, 1,100. And so seeing a 4x on most of that was pretty exciting for me. But that was my entry, and I felt really, really smart because I started getting into crypto in a run. So like, it's easy to feel smart when everything is going up, and you could throw you can throw stuff at the wall and it's gonna stick. But yeah, we've just come out of 2 years of hard times in crypto, hard times in Web3, and now everything is gonna seem much easier for some time. So that part is pretty exciting. I have to ask, were you one of those elite individuals who bought Solana when it was $8?
No,
okay.
Definitely no.
Yeah.
No.
Have you re-entered Solana? Can I ask you that?
No, for sure.
No.
Yes, I said this in a live stream, and I say this all the time. first time I talk about Solana was also in the NFT NYC. I went into this party and this stuff that I was recording for Polygon Labs, and
Yeah,
then they
crazy.
they asked me about the community and then the different chains and all of
Mhm.
that. And of course, I mentioned that I have worked with different chains and then projects. I mentioned that Solana was the one that I didn't like that much.
Yeah,
Talking
yeah.
about
Community was, yeah, yeah.
building something exactly. And I remember to say that, and I said also that I didn't like much all the ecosystem, kind of. Of course, kind of. I changed. Yeah, I study, and I could evolve a lot
Hmm.
into everything. But when I see, when I saw the Solana going into 8, and then all of that was crazy, I was like just still. I didn't do anything, any movement. But of course, the moment they started to go up again, and I think that was also during the hackathon this year, we had some crazy volume.
Hmm.
I remember that I can see, and I even look into some stuff that happened during the hackathon and also some news. And I could see, maybe this, I think the things will be back where it was, and how, a lot of Solana maxis, they talk about this. So I
Yeah.
definitely entering again Solana.
Hmm.
Maybe, I mean, was definitely like they were already very up. But
Yeah.
anyways, I am back again
Yeah. Yeah.
investing,
Yeah.
and pretty sure I'm gonna be putting more money into Solana.
Yeah. Absolutely. Did you happen to get one of the Solana phones?
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. But
Sold
I
out
saw
in like
everybody getting
48
crazy
hours.
about.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, no, Solana is very interesting. We talk about Solana over here at Near all the time because there's a lot of spillover from like similar users, and the way they've done user experience and marketing is wild, like really, really good. So yeah, it's interesting. I did not buy Solana at $8. I wish I had more conviction across the board in crypto whenever, like in the last 2 years, as it was just like super low. Like there's definitely more
Mhm.
times I'm like, dang, like, and I was like, oh yeah, bear market time. I'm so excited. Discount prices, and kind of my mentality changed over time. Also, what's interesting is I've seen a good amount of like influencers that I like and trust talk about this. Like, hey, talk like they'll say like, hey, prices are going to go up way higher than they are. Like the bear market has kind of programmed us all to be like, oh my gosh, 10%, that's awesome, take
Mhm.
profits, instead of like, guys, we're entering a bull, like it's going to be insane how high the numbers go. So like, don't think like we're in a bear, even though like, yes, take the good safe approach from the bear, like reprogram. It's weird reprogramming your thinking for a different market condition. For
Yeah.
example, like our team, a lot of the people on the Neko team are also on the Jump DeFi team, and we
Mhm.
it was the day after Thanksgiving, and we had launched one of like our first private sales, like our tranche number one, and it was like crawling
Mhm.
along. It was crawling along, and then uh, funny enough, Neko started like taking off, going crazy, and so that blasted through, and then we dropped another tranche not too long after that. That blasted through, and we just like filled all of our like seed fund stuff, or our private,
Mhm.
which is crazy, which is like just getting the whole market getting warmed up, and like not something I was expecting. So it's been interesting and a learning experience for sure to see market conditions change. Like I haven't
Mhm.
haven't been through a bear market until this last bear market. So I came in on a bull. I came in when crypto was easy,
Yeah.
and then I stayed through the time when crypto was hard. And yeah, me and my family are excited to reap the benefits of crypto being easy again for a while.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. No,
that's
what
pretty
I
cool.
can say, I didn't participate into any bull. Okay. So when I joined, I participate just in the end,
At
but I was
2020.
a completely different moment in my life. So I was not even aware of what was happening. So I have been trying to prepare myself some
For the
way
bull.
to the next bull. Of course,
Yeah.
for me to, I work into this Web3 stuff every day, so I need to be ready. But I was trying to prepare myself into my mind so I don't feel desperate. So kind of what I have been, what I put myself into it is that my mindset is working as hard as I can so I can get as much money as I can. So
Mhm.
then I can decide how much is completely for just try some stuff out, just lose some money out there, and the money that is going for this or that.
Mhm.
So what I have been really trying, and of course I am also working, studying very hard some stuff,
Yeah.
is that I'm trying to have my mindset ready for the next moment. I really think that the biggest problem is just we just go into the feelings, we just go into getting crazy and getting too excited, and we
Mhm.
lose ourselves in the middle of all of that. One thing that I can say and even ask you, because I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
have had that stuff. I mean, Solana is a good example already, but the moment you lose something that you knew early about, imagine like Pape, the token, the coin, the token, and then you didn't bought because you thought like, no, I don't think this is going anywhere, and
Yeah.
then after 2-3 weeks, boom, just explode. How we act into that is very powerful, and I
Yeah.
have been trying to think a lot about this because I want to be ready to just like, it's sad because we'll kind of lose that opportunity, that alpha, but we need to remember and stick to the stuff that we are doing here. So I have been really thinking a lot about this, how I can be ready for this stuff that I'm gonna see the
Mhm.
token, and knowing that I could be an early investor in that stuff, even with $100, $10, I could gaining a lot of money compared to the money I put. So you had any of that stuff during your last bull?
Any of that stuff of before like price shooting up and all that stuff?
Yeah, and not entering, not joining the stuff, not investing, and then after you saw that just happened.
Yes. Yes, I did. Last bowl that happened a lot, and I'm not wise by any means, but I've had some experience now, and I definitely chased some pumps last bowl. And my biggest problem is I get bored. And so there will be I'm kind of an all eggs in one basket kind of guy. And so I'll have 3 to 5 conviction plays, and then when I feel more reasonable, I'll say, hey, I'll DCA things that I think are going to be really good, like I don't know, Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon Matic, and Immutable X. And like I'll build out a strong basket of those over time, and then anytime I see an NFT
Mm-hmm.
project that I absolutely love, or I just have really high conviction about one thing, I will literally sell all this like portfolio of a variety of coins or tokens. Um, and I'll hyper fixate on one thing. And so, one of the things that I could do a better job in is not getting bored, because I've missed a lot of pumps in the bags that I was holding because they sat for a little bit and I got bored and I moved them somewhere else. And it doesn't always end up me like losing a ton because of it. But like in my head, I'm like, hey, they have a profitable business model. They're attracting new users. They're making, seamless onboarding, yada, yada. Why would I not be bullish on this? And I just hyper fixate on stuff. So, yeah, so we'll see if, financial freedom comes in 2024, with me hyper fixating on stuff. I mean, I'm an Ethereum NFT. When it comes to Ethereum stuff, like separating Ethereum from Near for a second, my favorite way to get more exposure to ETH is buying NFTs. And so I'm definitely more of an NFT bull than an actual crypto bull in those things. So
Mm,
yes, my
gotcha.
favorite way to increase my exposure is to buy what I think are undervalued NFTs. And now that we've just said undervalued NFTs, Jana, can you shill us an NFT that you are bullish on? It could be any community you're attached to. It could be something that like you're saving up for, whether it's a Bored Ape or a Mutant Ape or I don't know, Azuki, whatever you kind of like. What is a project you are
Okay.
bullish on for 2024? It is okay to shill. That's what we're doing right now. You can say anything you want.
Okay, it's chill moment. No. Okay. I mean, I agree a lot with the things you said, because I I I I will say just names that are kind of obviously, but I have done, like going into study and then just like, okay, this is very strong. This has, a really a business and something behind. So I'm bullish on this. So I have been looking for a while. And what I can say is that probably I won't be buying because the price to join are very high, at least doesn't make sense into the things that I have right now, especially because this is also important to say, any moment that I say that I want to buy NFT from this project, you have to think that in my position is because I am building a brand, and the moment
Right.
I can have my brand collaborating in
That's
some
right.
way with to another, is like just putting two big stuff together is amazing. So the same stuff that we are doing here, it's
Yeah.
amazing to do that. But it's different from investing. The money I put there is completely like, I won't get that money nowhere, like I really won't be able to get that money out, even if the project go 10 plus, 10,
Mhm.
10x of the money I
Yeah.
got. So
Yeah.
the names I would say is like Bored the Ape, anything into their umbrella, I would
Yeah.
buy, anything at all. But
Mm.
again, I won't be doing. But the last time that I saw a Mutant Ape into, 3 Ethereums, if I had, if I was maybe in this moment that I am right now, I would have had bought because I really love what they
Mhm.
have. I think also for someone building and all of this, the connections, the network, the things you can learn is really amazing. So I would definitely go into them. So yeah, anything into Yuga Labs umbrella, I would
Yeah. Yeah.
go. Also, I mean, the others ones like Sapicius, Plague,
Bungie
uh,
Penguins.
Pudgy Penguins. I almost bought last time. Little Pudgies. I almost
Yeah.
bought when they were like 0.4 in
Yeah.
some months back. What else? I mean, there is several others good projects that
Yeah.
are into small, lower
Yeah.
entry points. But then most of the time, I don't invest too much into research some of these projects, and most of the time is because the time I had to put into different things. So sometimes, being honest, I wait for the for someone from the community to
Yeah.
come to me and
Yeah.
then even shoot the project. I really consider this a lot. I just wait for people come to me. If no one come to me, I also don't think I would be joining. At least not publicly, because of course, if the project also, even no one in the community is part of my community or consider that could be good, have this together, I wouldn't
Mhm.
do this publicly, just I would buy and not say anything. So yeah, maybe I would say these names, they are definitely like high floor right now. Definitely something that you need to put your money and just chill, because definitely things that are going up. And
Mhm.
yes, just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think you made a really good point when you said that there's a difference between investing for building a brand versus investing for profit. I think that's super important.
Yeah,
One thing I
yeah.
didn't learn well enough in my first bull run was why people are buying certain NFTs, right? I think NFTs are like
Mm-hmm.
really interesting because they are so much more of a brand building thing than a profit thing. Like I definitely think
Mm-hmm.
you can make 10x's and 100x's on NFTs. Absolutely. I think it's almost easier. I think it's easier to hit 100x sometimes with NFTs than it is with coins, not because of the percentage of NFTs that do that, but because of how tribalistic and like, hey, nobody's going to list anything kind of like vibe it can get in an NFT community, whereas in a coin community, it's not the same. But I think the point that you make
Mm-hmm.
of, hey, investing for branding versus investing for like making your money back is super super interesting. So
Yeah.
there's definitely some things I bought in 2021 that other people were buying for different reasons, and I definitely just wanted to make a profit on them, and I did not make a profit. And so, kind of setting those things aside, and when a friend recommends something and they're like, "Oh yeah, I like this, this, and this," I'm like, I get that you like this, but does this person think like me? Are they investing in this to turn a profit? Because if they're not, I'm generally speaking not interested unless I really like the brand or want to kind of expand with that. So yeah, it's interesting. In general, would you say which blue chip collection would you say makes the best content creators? I would argue that it's normally the mutant apes, the V2 that have the best content. Why? Because normally the content creators that have like a bored ape, they don't need to make content anymore, right? Especially if they were there for different drops. Whereas there's a lot of content creators that grinded their way up to a mutant ape back when it was 3 ETH or whatever, or more recently because it's much more affordable. And so I think that personally, mutant apes grind some of the hardest. Now I know mutant apes, pudgy penguins, Azuki, and then your Solana ones like Utes or D-Gods. Those are all generally pretty big grinders. Do you have a specific NFT that you think most content creators from that community grind the hardest? Do you have a selection there? And it doesn't have to be any of those ones.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Mutant Tape is, of course, I agree with you again. I mean, but not even just content creators, but also any other niche is the best. I really like and see a lot of them. Definitely one. This one was one that I was more sure. At least in the beginning of last year, I was more sure. Now I think this already changed a little bit. What I would say, and even I went to research a lot when I was thinking about going into or not, is like Little Pudgy and also Sapicius. Yeah, both of them. I saw like all the content creators, good names, even my friends buying, and even some of them, of course, putting their brand using the PFP. So I was like very bullish on these two. I went to research a lot of these two, and right now I would say definitely like Little Pudgy. One that also is very strong into the content creators is the Beans, Again, after what happened with Elementals, from Azuki, and I mean the umbrella from Azuki that is Beans is one that I don't like that much. I think there is not like several different reasons on why I don't like or that. I just think that too much bad stuff and too much noise from bad things,
Yeah.
I didn't see much of good noise, at least not coming into my radar, where is not someone that is looking to know about the good or bad stuff. So because of that, I just prefer to be away. But I would say there is several content creators still using, and I think especially the ones that I know, they are much more from before Elementals happened. So because of that, they are bullish into, the team and everything behind. But anyways, I would say like Sapicius, but even more strong, the ones using Little Pudges, very, very strong, So maybe these two, and of course the Mutant Tape is also one, but especially these two others, I think they have a strong community of great content creators. Utes is also an example, but after so much that happened with Utes, I would not mention his names now,
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely had a lot of good content creation in the past, and I think it'll be interesting to see if Utes stays as kind of a reliable brand. That was a good way to say that. I would say that. Guys, also an interesting thing that Jana said is she said that she likes to have community members come shill a project to her. I think that's smart. And I think everybody should try to get a knowledgeable friend that can shill you and put you on stuff. I have one or two friends that when they say, hey, you should buy this, I buy it. I don't ask why. I'm not saying that's really smart, but I have my two selected people that for some reason are really good at picking winners. And so technically two summers ago, I had a friend that was like, hey, buy a pudgy penguin, buy a pudgy penguin, buy a pudgy penguin. And they had like kind of semi rebought by Luca Nets, and it was like a rebrand. And I was like, dude, I can't right now. He's like, then get a pudgy rod, like literally get a fishing pole, a pudgy rod. And I was like, oh, okay, like this fishing pole thing. He's like, yeah, there's gonna be some really dope utility. He's not on the team, by the way. And I was like, all right. And so should have bought more, but he's one of my friends that, like I said, when he says jump, I say, hey, how hard do you want me to jump? I don't question jumping. And so get one of those friends in your life, and get a friend that's good at picking winners, because that was a very, very fun time. And it's always nice to have somebody that knowledgeable. So the cool thing
but let me say something here. Sorry to interrupt you. Let me say one thing here that's really important. I mean, and also, please never think like you said something that sometimes when we say, people can understand very differently. Find someone that you can trust into what they are saying. Don't do that for influencers in general. Doesn't matter. Yani, in general, even me, I really hate the word influencer. I really don't. It
says that in your bio. It says you're not an influencer. It says you're
yeah. I mean, I'm really just doing stuff and then putting out there. And what I could realize during my journey is like, people like to be around my brand, into the different things that I have, because maybe I remember then that we are kind of humans and we are very similar, into different stuff. Because I am into different stuff, I show some different things, and then we are just humans, I'm not into too much NFT, too much crypto. It's just a mix. And I mean, don't have this as I'm gonna find an influencer that the things he says or she says is good. Most of the time is going to have, especially when I say this, from the moment I gonna show a project that I'm saying that I will be going into, most definitely is because I am going into, because I want to and I believe and all of that. But remember that several people and several of these influencers, there is a business behind. So don't go in to find an influencer, find someone with big numbers. Go in to find friends, find group of people. I really have that nowadays. The moment I have someone shilling a project, most of the time I don't have the time to put into study the project. I take the name, I take some things, I go into several groups that I have nowadays. I ask some people that I know about what they think, and then after that I can know if this is good or not. But again, if even from, I'm pretty sure you would say the same. If someone say to me like, go hard into investing, and then I do it, and imagine that crush and the project go to zero. The only person that is responsible for this is me.
That's right.
Never someone that said that to me. I am the responsible, and never find or have this feeling of someone else was, and this is something I really have to everything in my life.
Yeah, no, totally get it. I agree. Got to be careful with like influencers. I would say if you don't have the person's phone number, like if it's not a DM thing, if you can't then I would say don't necessarily trust them. So like said person that like is one of my, like that's my friend that says, hey, jump, and I say how hard. Me and this person text, and they're kind of a ghost on socials. They just understand things really, really well. And so like I'll call him and be like, hey, is this good? He's like, yeah, do it. Or he'll text me and be like, hey, I didn't tell you this, yada, yada, grab this. So, yeah, totally agree. I do think like if you don't have a personal relationship with them, then you got to watch out. Someone on TikTok, somebody's like, hey, accept my guest request and I will sing. We're not doing singing right now. We're interviewing somebody that's very good at what she does. So maybe later. Also,
what is that? What is that stuff?
Huh? Oh,
what is this stuff that you said?
Just now?
Yeah.
Somebody on TikTok is saying they're saying accept my request, like my guest request, and I'll come on and sing. So it's funny. No singing right now. Yeah. Hey, Faye, you're right. Near is $4.15. Did you know, Jana, that NEAR was 99 cents in October, and it's now bigger than $4? NEAR protocol, it used to be number like 38 to 40, and sometimes we'd slip down past 40. And now if you look at CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, it's like number 25, I believe. So we've jumped 15 spots. Yeah, it's number 25. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm looking into.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I opened here my my portfolio, and then I was looking into the first ones, the popular ones showing, and then I saw NEAR. And also, just to mention, NEAR is very strong in Brazil. I even have my friend that he
Diego.
was just hired to be the
Diego Malthus. No.
Diego. I mean, yeah, I have
He's
one.
on Instagram too. Okay. He's not just a Twitter influencer. He's on Instagram as well. Okay.
Yeah. No. Brazilians, they are into Instagram. I hate that. But I know who you are talking about, and is that person. But I have the other person that was hired, I think, from him to be community manager into the NEAR Portuguese community on Discord. I was even now looking for the Discord. But NEAR is very strong in Brazil. They are going hard into content creation and having some stuff for, educate people, especially from Brazil, that we are still not early into crypto. So I can see that you guys are doing a lot,
Yeah, that's awesome. One thing I would say is sometime after the show, like in DMs or something, could you connect us with your Brazilian friends? Because we actually we at Neko, not we at NEAR, we announced a creator fund where we actually have a fund of $125,000 for content creators on NEAR. And there's an open application. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. But actually, I'll pull it up on the QR codes here in a second. But our company, like our goal is to onboard users to NEAR, right? And so in our goal to onboard NEAR, we opened up a massive creator fund. So fun thing is I'm actually getting to onboard some of my friends with this whole thing, which I'm super excited about. Let me call this creator fund and pop it up real quick.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I think I have some friends that even have specialists into. I am into several groups, and I have several Portuguese Brazilian communities. I think I had several of them shilling these funds to me. Some of them also they want to build a team, build something, sometimes a project or something to go into this stuff. My position into things like this is like I'm not doing any most of the time, but I can say that the Brazilians, they are very into that stuff. Any kind of this kind of opportunity is crazy. They love and they go very hard into trying to get that.
Heck yeah. Let's see. Now it is popped up. Cool. So it says NEAR. I'm going to pop up this thing. It says NEAR Creator Fund. Really, it's the Neko Creator Fund for NEAR. But that's the tweet I didn't just put out, but I just linked to here. Jana, you should apply. It's open application. You don't have to be NEAR native. We just have set aside funds, like 15% of our tokenomics or something. Or honestly, I don't remember what percentage it is in the white paper. And it's a bounty where we incentivize like content creation on NEAR, and we just pay you in our token, which we don't like to talk about it a whole lot, but our token is another conversation altogether. Jana, do you have CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko handy?
If I have what?
And if you do you have CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, like those websites, handy? If so, could you look up a token for me?
Yeah,
okay.
I can.
Look up NEKO, that's Neko, or the name of our account, and look at how it moved between October and December.
Okay, let me check this. What is the name? Just again.
NEKO. Neko.
NENK.
Here, let me
Okay,
spell in the chat.
Okay, I don't think I found it, but do it anyways.
There you go. I just put it in the chat. That's how you spell it there.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah. Sorry, when I said NA, I realized I just said N. Like that's how you say N, not NE. So that's
Yeah.
I was lost in translation. That's my bad.
Okay, I'm looking here. Why? Oh, okay.
So look, we're from October, where it ran up between October and December. We actually hit briefly an 11 or not. It was an 11,000% gain. So 110x. So if you had bought like the token of our podcast and like our content creation and all that stuff in, I don't know, October, your money would have 110x'd by December.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's
So
something.
that's one of the cool things. Like our community is like injected with adrenaline and all this stuff because with the meme coin season and us being the original meme coin out near, like the price has gone crazy. Now it's like down some, but it's still up way more than it was. So pretty awesome. But this is not a flex. This is just to put near ecosystem things. Like Neko is one of the things inside of the near ecosystem to put these on your radar. Another thing, Jana, is if you go to DApp Radar, which you don't have to go right now, if you go to DApp Radar and you look at the most active chains right now, or like most active dApps, 2 or 3 of the top 5 are on near. So Sweatcoin is near based. Kaching is near based. So out of the 5 like most active dApps by transactions, we have 2 of those on near. So do not sleep on near. Yeah, just don't sleep on near.
I love it. I mean, thank you
Here's
for
my
this
shield.
because yes, I love the shield, but you convinced me into go and to look. I will look. I am definitely in a great moment because today, I mean, we are in a new year. I have been preparing to go organize my strategy for everything that will come.
Yeah.
And again, even what I said to you, I see near doing a lot of stuff to Brazilians. I also I'm gonna be going harder into creating content for Portuguese and help more projects into understand how to bridge international and Brazil. I have a lot of these people, they come to me and say, Jana, we want the Brazilians community. We have no idea where they are. And even though they don't understand several different things, particular stuff from Brazilians. So I'm gonna go more into that stuff now. I have a strong community, so I will try to have this. And I will look into near. Yeah, and I'm gonna definitely take a look and think about what I could be doing.
Fund, our content creator fund. That is awesome. We would love that. Also, Seuss is here. This is the co-host you're used to seeing. He jumped in. He's on vacation with his family, which is why he didn't join us originally. Seuss, I'm gonna jump in for just a couple minutes, and then we're gonna get back to productive stuff. But he's like,
hello.
Oh, there he is. Seuss, there you go, man.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Okay, I just came to say hi. This is the view. I'm gonna do some zip lining, so I'm sorry I couldn't be here.
No worries, man. Great. Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah.
So that's our other guy that you're used to seeing. He covers for me a lot. So my wife just had a baby like December 5th. And so I was gone a lot and he was covering for me all the time. So now I'm covering for him. Long story short, it is New Year. He's celebrating the New Year. It's awesome. We'll be drawing to a close here in a second as well. But thank you for letting us put Near and Neko on your radar. I'll give you specific links to look at and like, here's the DApp Radar links. Here's the Creator Fund links in your DM. So
please do it. We will help a lot.
But yeah, I also enjoy when people come show things to me, and I often don't look at things on my own enough until somebody actually does that. So as you can tell, the whole chat loves Zeus. He's Mr. Consistent with this stuff. So we're very excited that he's on vacation. I think taking profits and doing vacation and all that stuff is super, super important, especially with the new year. I did have a couple more questions. One thing I meant to say, Yes, Near in Brazil. One cool strategy that Near has is it has these regional hubs. So in these regional hubs, whether it's in the Balkans, which Near Balkans, shout out to y'all. They are building everywhere. They're on Twitter. They're on Instagram. They're all over the place. They're one of the, in my mind, as far as a social media presence, they're doing like some of the best as far as social media presence. So Near Balkans, y'all can snip this clip right here and replay it as many times as you want. You guys are killing it. But there's a Korea hub, I believe. There's one in India. There's one in obviously Portugal. There's one in Brazil, and they're trying to there's one in Indonesia. They're trying to pop them up everywhere, but the goal is to have boots on the ground in different locations across the world. So that whole hey, there's a strong community here in Brazil. That is the goal. That is our goal, and that's the Near Foundation's goal by sponsoring different regional hubs. So that is super cool. I do have. Here's my last question. This is what I did have. What has been one of the biggest challenges of being a bilingual? You speak at least two. You speak English and Portuguese. What else do you speak? Spanish as well?
Yeah, Spanish a little bit, but yeah.
You're a little Spanish. Awesome. So you don't say niño, you say menino, and you don't say niña, you say menina, right?
Yeah.
And you say homem instead of hombre, and mujer instead of honestly, it's been a while since I've done Portuguese. So, but yeah, what is one of the challenges with being a bilingual creator?
Yeah, this one is really hard to say, because maybe I would say it's definitely deciding which language to do my stuff several times, because the moment I went to several of these things, I still am. The moment you are growing, you are creating content. You have these amazing people, and then you are trying to understand how to be better, and then you are comparing yourself as a business, and then trying to understand them. And I don't like to put into the position of any time differentiating and saying that okay, this person is better, but has this stuff that I can't have that. I have never had that stuff, because when you are in USA or any other country that is English, and even the culture is more into English, it's kind of quite easy to just I will just do it in stuff in English. It's kind of natural. For someone that is not from a country like that, if you are into South America, it's a decision. And the moment you have to decide is if I kind of abandon it, I let my Brazilians and go into do it in English, so then I can compare myself into the others' English stuff, and then okay, I want to be better than that. So I decided, and I could get in a moment, and also I want to help more content creators to come into that. It's I will be doing this bridge, and there is no one else doing this bridge. And I even don't see many doing this into other cultures, language, and all of that. So I'm completely creating content in English, but I need to do stuff in Portuguese. For this, I need more time, more money, more everything, because of course I completely focus into English, because English you have dollars and then the money is different. But I need to do this in a way that I need to find the balance between. And I don't have several examples of that, and it's very hard, very hard. Even the algorithm in any platform, they hate if you keep changing, So that is the biggest challenge I have, and I'm still trying to figure this. And now that I could really grow into something that I want to, I will be coming back with some stuff in Portuguese, and will be putting more into, I want to do this my way and this way, and then I'm gonna help everyone that wants to have a knowledge that sometimes in English we have more, and then we don't have in Portuguese. I will try, really to fill that gap, but it's still, this is a big challenge, deciding about which language to use sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Eastern Standard Time, after we had you on the show last time, I believe it was afterwards, you spoke at NFT NYC. How was that?
Jesus, I spoke. Okay, I mean, no, it was amazing.
Yeah, it
Was
was a long time
really
ago.
completely different from what I was expecting. Maybe
Yeah.
was very afraid.
Better or worse?
So,
Was it better or worse than you were expecting? And like, what were you expecting?
better. No, way better. I also my talk was in the last day, so I could really get used to the environment, to people, and all of that. Also, I'm gonna be speaking again this year,
Mhm.
so
I did see that.
I'm very excited for that. What you said?
I said I did see that, and I was gonna mention that as well. Yeah, guys, she's gonna speak again this year, so it's a big deal.
Yeah,
Two-time NFT
I'm
NYC
also,
speaker.
yeah, I'm really excited for this. And just talking about the language, because the first time was really the afraid stuff was about the language, and now it's not that much. I mean, I really don't care if I say things weird. I realized that I got that confidence, and I can say that fuck it if I don't say the stuff so beautiful. I don't care.
Yep.
I'm talking in a language that is
Yeah.
not my native, and
That's right.
yeah, I like to bring this to Brazilians, to explain to them, guys, I am completely afraid all the time. I'm gonna speak in English, especially in the beginning. I was afraid. I was in the same position you guys are right now. So I'm trying to show to them and be the example somehow. So yeah, I mean, was really the first time was about being very afraid to be on a stage and then talking on English. I have never done that before. So it's going to be the same stuff this year. Maybe I will be more relaxed to do it, but I'm really excited to be doing this. Also, I mean, the was the first time this year that I went to a stage and then I talked in Portuguese. I felt the same desperate and same nervous, even doing in Portuguese. But I could see that I can talk a lot better in Portuguese. I can talk a lot more complex things and then go more into what I want to say to people. So that is definitely better. But anyways, I'm really excited to the next ones, and just put myself in the edge and just find a way to make it. Yeah, for sure.
And one cool thing is you got 25 or 26. You have 26.5 thousand followers on Twitter. The cool thing is before NFT NYC this year, you will have 50. I bet you'll have 50,000 followers before that.
Okay.
You have 50,000 followers. That's my vote of confidence. That's why I'm always like, we gotta get her on the show before she becomes untouchable. Like pretty soon we'll have to like go through 7 different doors to get to you. So
Jesus Christ. I will now. One thing that I can say, the things are getting crazy even during the bear, as I always say, like each month was better than the other. Right now, I have even a business partner that helps me into everything. I have also an assistant that works with me. So I really have a whole structure to make this happen, So I just want to even keep growing, then have to get more people and have to grow more. But I always will try to keep as normal as possible,
Yeah. Well, thank you for being accessible enough to get on here. It's been an absolute pleasure having you back. And yeah, we love watching you just like smash milestones and achievements and move forward. So glad to be able to put Near on your radar. Definitely going to ask you to hook us up with your Brazilian friends. And what else? Oh, here's my New Year's shill. Same author as the Bitcoin Standard. It's called the Fiat Standard by Safadine Amadas, or however you say that. Great book. Highly recommend to y'all. I have not finished it. I just got it for Christmas. I will get it read. Everybody go read it. It's quite good, especially with the money printer being turned back on here pretty soon. It's going to be more and more important to figure out how to steward that inflationary cash. Brian from Metapool, great to see you here, man. Sorry, we're just finishing up. I'm excited to talk to you soon as well. So everybody thank Jana for being here. Jana, it was awesome having you. Excited to send you some stuff later. Very, very exciting watching your progress as always. And I think that is it. Do you have any closing remarks for the audience here?
I'm really happy for being here again. Really, thank you so much. Really, I think I swear, like I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna start to doing some planning and some stuff that I was looking to do for this year. Also, now is 9 days for my birthday, so it's going to be. I'm trying to do some stuff also to make
Your
this
birthday's on the 11th.
countdown.
Wait,
Yeah.
your birthday is 1/1/1/1?
Yeah.
January 11th?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay,
January, yes. Yeah, that's very nice, right? But I hate the date because usually January people are like so hangover from so many parties and stuff. I don't want to party, but I will try to have the mindset to party in my birthday. But anyways, I was just saying this because I need to also create this stuff that I was saying, that I want to have this countdown and then sharing more stuff with people, because I love to show how I am just a normal person, a normal weirdo person from Brazil. And the other stuff was like, I'm really excited that I could come here again and have to talk with you again. I'm gonna be looking into everything from near, because I can say that it's very strong into Brazil as well. So it definitely would be a great stuff to have me and Nir doing things and we doing stuff together in any way. So I'm really happy. I really love the community you guys have here as well. Last time I think I always get a lot of people following me and also talking with me on my DM. So thank you for that. And yes, I mean, thank you for everything,
Thanks for getting up so early for us. We appreciate you guys. And then to the community, you guys are the best. Thanks for watching. And we will see you guys next time.